Hey YouTube, this is Primetime Pokemon. In this video, I'll be opening up an Obsidian Flames Pokemon booster box. Now this video will be a little bit different than some of my booster box opening videos in the past. I will open the entire booster box in this particular video. Now of course this set, Obsidian Flames, a tongue twister, but it is the newest set in the Pokemon TCG official release date this Friday, August 11th, 2023. Now I did purchase this booster box from Collector's Cash for $109.99. You can find a link to the website for Collector's Cash in the description of this video. Now this set is the first set to include the Tera EX of different types, and really this set, there's not a lot of positives about it. It is essentially a filler set, but for a collector like myself, 4 different Charizard cards you can pull from the set, and Charizard is one of the Tera EX available. It is a Darkness type EX in this set. So this is already the 3rd Scarlet and Violet series set, and I do apologize, I haven't posted any new videos to my channel recently. I actually had a big promotion at work, so I've been a lot busier with my full-time job, but I'm hoping to get into some more openings with this new set. So like I said, I'll open the entire booster box in this video. Chase cards, really the Charizard cards that I'm talking about. There is a hyper rare, that's a gold Charizard EX, and then of course there's that special illustration rare that is the most valuable card in the set, worth about $150 right now. At the end of this video, of course, I'll summarize all of my good pulls, and if I do pull anything of value, I'll try and state how much that card is worth. Right now, I have ordered the booster box as well as the Elite Trainer box. Still debating on pre-ordering or ordering some more products from the set. So let's get it open. Take the plastic wrap off, and then I'll show some of the other featured Pokemon in this set. Plastic wrap, of course, the Pokeball design on the plastic wrap, a good indicator that it is an official product. It's not a knockoff of anything like that. I would highly recommend Collector's Cash. Okay, so here is a look at the booster box without the plastic wrap on it. You can see some of the other Terastallized Pokemon. I believe that is the official name for it, Terastallized. There you go. And then if you open up the box, it has a number at the top here. That's also important for identifying an authentic box. 36 packs. Like I said, I'm not breaking it down into part 1 and part 2. I'll just go straight through the 36 booster packs, see what I get. A good mixture of different generations of Pokemon, that is for sure. Of course, I would highly recommend PokeBeach for Pokemon-related news. And that's where I have a lot of the information. I have my cheat sheet handy right here, and I can spit out all of the facts for Obsidian Flames. Alright, let's start with the first pack in the box. Has Charizard on the cover artwork design. Of course, another set that features EX Pokemon. No card trick necessary, you can just go right through the cards. So started off with the common rarity in Vulpix, Froakie, Darumaka, Buizel, Stoutland, Frogadier, Sharpedo. First reverse holo would be a Solrock. That would be an uncommon, Drillbur the second. And the very good start to the opening, this would be a full art trainer in a Geeta. Let's take a look at this card. Search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards and attach them to one of your Pokemon. Then shuffle your deck. So it's not a bad trainer card right there. It has some value for the competitive scene for sure. So this is technically an ultra rare rarity. Has the 2 silver stars at the bottom left. You can see this is technically a secret rare. One of, what, 8 different ultra rares in the set. Full art's essentially ultra rare, so a very good start to the opening. And then the basic energy and then the code card. I'll just set both of those things aside. Like I said, I'll summarize all my good pulls at the end of this video. It's nice to get back into opening. Have a little more business style shirt on today, not wearing a Pokemon shirt. Hopefully I'll jump into that soon. You might see some big changes from me debating on, now that it's like in the office when Jim was trying to go for a new job, get a little haircut. I might cut my hair a little bit shorter. First time I'd have my hair cut short in 15 years, 20 years even. Just turned 35. I've had long hair since I was 15. Eevee starts the second pack. Toedscool, Houndour, Combee, Arven, Stunfisk, Umbreon, my favorite evolution, Meltan the first reverse holo, second would be Frogadier, and the final card, that guaranteed holo in a Palafin. Palafin is one of the pre-release promos for the expansion. Palafin, Cleffa, Togekiss, and Mawile, the 4. Of course, those come in the build and battle boxes. If you go to a pre-release event, you'll get one of those. Will be interesting to see what happens with this set. Like I said, it's essentially for collectors. Not much that's going to change the standard format when it comes to cards. The Charizard EX isn't bad, allowing you to accelerate energy into play, but other than that, there's not much game-changing competitive-wise in this set. Bounsweet starts this one. Magnemite, Larvesta, Rowlet, Drampa, Espeon, another good evolution, Floatzel, Poltegeist would be the first reverse holo, second would be a Numel, and the final card, that same Geeta, this time a rare holo. Do like still that touch of silver gray to the borders instead of the yellow. Of course, I'm a true collector at heart. Definitely used to the base set cards, of course originally that yellow gold color, but happy with the changes so far. Diglett starts this one. Rowlet, Baltoy, Finizen, Poppy. Let's take a look at this supporter. Move up to 2 energy from one of your Pokemon to another of your Pokemon. Not a bad card. Lunatone, Oinkologne, Magnemite, Tadbulb, and then the final card is a Scizor. Of course, Pokemon Crystal, the first game that I ever played for Pokemon, and was actually able to level up Scizor as one of my first level 100 Pokemon in the game. Back to that Charizard cover artwork design. Actually, I think I'd rather pull that gold colored Charizard, which would be the Hyper Rare. There's 3 different Hyper Rares in this set. There's the Charizard EX, a gold colored one. There's an Artazone, and then a basic Fire Energy. A little bit smaller set compared to Paldea Evolved. Like I said, if you go by Pokebeach's description of this set, it's just really a filler set. It's a combination of Fusion Strike and Champion's Path. Fusion Strike, the largest set of all time, but lots of junk in the set. And then, of course, Champion's Path, nothing of value outside of that Charizard. 2 Charizards in that one. Bunnelby starts this pack. Smoliv, Pidgey, Varoom, Whiscash, Kangaskhan, Camerupt, Trevenant as the first reverse holo. Second would be a Squovit. Of course, this is where the illustration rare and special illustration rares come in. And the final card would be a Claydol. I have actually pre-ordered a lot of the Pokemon 151 set that releases, I believe, in October, could be September. I pre-ordered those as soon as the set was announced. Very excited for that special expansion. Anything that has to do with the first generation Pokemon, I'm all over that. Larvesta starts this one. Fungus, Pidgey, Litwick, Dartrix, Salazzle, Lycanroc, Paldean Clodsire. Nice, there is a Ninetales, and this would be an illustration rare. As far as illustration rares, there are 12 total. I am a fan of Ninetales for sure. Cool looking card, that single gold star indicating that special, or the illustration rare rather. And then the final card would be a Thundurus. Another note from Pokebeach when I was doing a little bit of research for this set. He was actually very happy that the Terra EX are different types, like Charizard would be a Darkness. That goes back to the Delta species sets. Charizard, my favorite Charizard card of all time, the Charizard Gold Star from EX Dragon Frontiers. That is a Darkness type Charizard. Unfortunately, Delta species Pokemon are normally the shiny form of that Pokemon. The Charizard EX in this set, just the regular orange color for Charizard. Larvitar starts this pack. Cleffa, Inkay, Toedscool, Lapras, Masquerain, Gumshoes, Lanoon, Darumaka, and the final card would be an Entei. Like I said, played Pokemon Crystal quite a bit, so the legendary dogs or beasts or whatever you'd like to call them, I'm a fan of all three. I know there's a big announcement. Is it the 8th that the Pokemon channel is going to have a big announcement? I don't know, a lot of people hope that it's going to be announcing all of the handheld games for the Pokemon Switch. That would be very cool. Yungoos starts this one. Charmander. Of course, Charmander featured on the Elite Trainer box for this set. Dratini. Oddish. Probopass. Lanoon. Skarmory. Houndoom, the first reverse holo. I'm not going to set aside any of the reverse holos that are rare. Arboliva. And then the final card would be a Toxtricity. Of course, with Scarlet and Violet base set, the booster pack prices increased to $4.49 per pack. Because of that, they included 3 foil cards in the pack instead of 2. You're guaranteed that rare holo. So really, 3 guaranteed instead of 1 or maybe 2. And that has been a little bit of the reason I haven't opened up products recently on my channel. Just so much nostalgia and memories going to Walmart, going to any retail stores, checking out the cards, maybe picking up something that I want there. Nowadays, prices are so high up in retail stores. Everything's not selling, but you can just go online and find things for much cheaper. It really doesn't make a lot of sense to go to the store and buy something that just costs so much more than you can find it for online. Houndour starts this one. Tadbulb, Steenie, Paldean Wooper, Pupitar, Volcarona, Togetic, Dolliv, Froakie, and the final card would be a Togekiss. Speaking of nostalgia, just this past Sunday, I'm recording this video on a Monday, my wife and I watched the Super Mario Brothers movie. I thought it was one of the better movies I'd watched in quite a long time. I don't really watch a lot of movies, but I was really just glued to the screen the whole time I was watching that. We streamed it on Peacock, so it was pretty cool to see. Just a lot of memories. I'm a big Nintendo fan. Swablu starts this one. Glimmet, Tadbulb, Lechonk, Wugtrio, Darmanitan, Stoutland, Arven. This supporter says, search your deck for an item card and a Pokemon tool card, reveal them, and put them into your hand. Togedemaru as the second reverse holo, and then an Absol EX, the first regular EX pull of the opening. There are 21 different Pokemon EX available in this set, so a very large number. So I will set that aside. I do like the look of the EX cards. It sort of has that Radiant Collection style, classic collection from Celebrations, sort of the confetti pattern in the illustration, really throughout the entire card. So 3 cards to summarize so far. Actually move the packs a little bit here, I have my phone over here. Let me get this cleaned up a little bit and I can stay on top of what I'm pulling. There we go. Alright, there is the Terra Dragonite. Dragonite, one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, I would say. Okay, this one, it starts with Baltoy, and certainly if you're watching this video, I thank you very much, and certainly subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. Also, let me know in the comment section of this video what your favorite card from this set would be. What do you think of this set in general? Are you waiting for either Pokemon 151? I believe the next set after that is Paradox Rift, coming out in November. Baltoy starts this one. Carvanha, Lechonk, Fungus, Poltegeist, Toedscruel, Ninetales, Bisharp would be the first reverse holo, second would be a Phantup, and the final card would be a Palafin. It is hard to believe, and I mention this every time I open up a new set that has that guaranteed rare holo. Back in base set through what? Even through Legendary Collection for the most part, the best card you could get, a rare holo, now you get one in each and every pack. Of course, my favorite set of all time, Legendary Collection, it was the first set to include reverse solos, and of course it was really a reprinted set with all of the best cards from the first several sets. Barboge starts this one. Wiglet, Skwovet, Palpitoad, Frogadier, Drampa, Sharpedo, Scyther, big fan of Scyther, Town Store, and the final card would be another Gita. So a good card that I pulled right away, and I'm happy to pull more. That is a competitive supporter card for sure. Anytime you can accelerate energy into play, that will see use in the competitive scene. All right, let's see what happens in this pack. Starts with Nosepass, Litwick. Looks like 5 packs left in part 1, really the first half of the box. Like I said, I'm going to try and open all 36 packs in this video. That way you just know exactly where the booster box is on my channel. You don't have to find part 1 and part 2. Audino, Charmander, Dugtrio, Houndstone, Diggersby, Cleffa, Clefairy, and the final card would be a Darkrai. Thought of Great Encounters right away when I saw Darkrai. Of course, I started my channel back in 2008, so it's been a long time. And that was when the Diamond and Pearl series of sets were brand new. If only I had kept some of those products sealed. If I would have bought 2 booster boxes of every set that I opened up, I'd be very wealthy if I sold those sealed products. But as a collector, I have a hard time keeping things sealed. Zigzagoon starts this one. Scyther, Meltan, Charcadet, Espeon, Floatzel, Whiscash, Charmander, a cool looking reverse holo, Ninetales, like I pulled as the illustration rare, and then Claydol as the final card. Alright, 3 packs left to go in the first half. Not much, and that's what I found with a lot of booster boxes. One stack of 18 packs with a 36 in the booster box might be a little less quantity-wise than the other. Dratini starts this one. Oddish, Finizen, Herdier, Solrock, Houndoom, Granbull, Diglett, Swablu, and the final card would be a Scovillain. And like I mentioned earlier, Pokebeach, he is not a big fan of this set, and normally English sets are a combination of multiple Japanese sets. This one's really a one-for-one, one Japanese set to one English set. So another reason it's just not anything to write home about. But again, the Pokemon Company International is really focusing on, and I'm guilty of it for sure, everyone's obsession with Charizard. Pawniard starts this one. Lillipup, Crabrawler, Clefairy, Kangaskhan, Camerupt, Lapras, Fungus, reverse holo of a Togekiss, which is a rare, and the final card would be a Thundurus. Alright, second to last pack here. Just something about cracking open booster packs, seeing what you get. And most of these cards just go right into my binders. If I was to pull something like one of those Charizards, I'd put it in a sleeve and top loader and team bagger right away. Glimmet starts this one. Rhyme, this supporter says draw 3 cards, switch out your opponent's active Pokemon to the bench. So a decent trainer there. Rockruff, Wiglet, Malamar, Grumpig, Paldean Clodsire, Paldean Wooper, Salazzle, and the final card would be another Togekiss. Of course, that change in the Scarlet and Violet series of sets, you're not having a set symbol anymore. It's really just SV and then whatever set number it is. I'm going more along what the Japanese sets look like. That's the main reason for changing the border to the silver. Final pack in part 1, the first 18 packs. It starts with Capsakid, Town Store, Cryogonal, Togepi, Smelling the Flowers, Masquerain, Gumshoes, Pupitar, Steenie. Ooh, nice, an Ice-Q EX. This is a special illustration rare. one of only 4 different EX available as the special illustration rare. So there was probably my one shot at the Charizard EX, but I'll take at least one special illustration rare. As you can see, new to the TCG in this set, Terra Pokemon, a little bit different type. Ice-Q, of course, should be a water-type Pokemon. Here it is a fire-type. Its attacks still are water, but its weakness is water as well. And then the final card. Nice, a good way to end it. This is a Greedent EX, a double rare, 2 black stars in the bottom right-hand corner of the cards. It started off very well with the first pack in the box. Now the 18th pack did very well. So a good way to end it. And you can see, I'll show this Terra EX a little bit better, but just more of a texture on it. You're not seeing that confetti holofoil pattern like on the Absol EX that I pulled earlier. So now we're going right to part 2, the second 18 packs. We'll open up the entire booster box in this video. Let me know what you think of that opening style. I know for a lot of those people out there, I go way too slow. They just want to see the hits and be done with the video. That is why I summarize all of my good pulls at the end, so you can always jump towards the end. Dragonite here. I'll have a mess to pick up on the floor, that's for sure. Shuckle starts this one, pack 1 in the second half of the box. Bisharp, Magneton, Tympole, Trevenant, Bellabolt, Flamigo, Larvitar. Nice, Lechonk, second illustration rare of the opening. I really like that Ninetales, Lechonk here. And the final card would be a Scizor. So in part 1, the first 18 packs essentially, 2 Pokemon EX, that 1 full art trainer that is the ultra rare, and then 1 special illustration, 1 illustration rare. So I'll set that there. Like I said, I'll lay out all those good cards on the playmat here at the end of this video. Tyranitar, one of my favorite Pokemon as well, on the cover artwork design of this pack. I believe it is a lightning type Pokemon in this set. Bonsly starts it. Dolive, Tympole, Surskit, Togetic, Volcarona, Polteageist, Spoink, Mawile, and the final card would be a Victini EX. Like I mentioned earlier, one of 21 different EX. And this is a set. And you really want to do this with any set out there, any cards you're collecting. It's always cheaper to buy the cards individually than to open up a booster box and hope to pull a certain card. Of course, it's more fun to hope to try and pull a certain card out, but it's always cheaper to just go out and buy that Charizard EX, the special illustration rare, for $150 instead of just going out and buying 2 booster boxes trying to pull that card. Now, of course, this being before the official release date of Obsidian Flames, it's a tongue twister that of the set, but prices will come down. I would say $100, maybe a little bit more for that special illustration Charizard when this set is officially released. Heatmor starts this one. Lillipup, Toxel, Charcadet, Bronzong, Beartic, Charmeleon, Lillipup, Rowlet, and the final card would be a Toxtricity. Alright, let's see what happens in this one. 4 different cover artwork designs. This is Revavroom, another tongue twister. Onto the floor it goes. Numel starts this one. Greavard, Tynamo, Phantom, Toedscruel, Ninetales, Dugtrio, Larvesta, Barboach, and the final card would be an Entei. Let's see for the illustration rares: Gloom, Ninetales, Palafin, Bellabolt, Cleffa, Larvitar, Houndour, Scizor, Varoom, Pidgey, Pidgeotto, and Lechonk. Those would be the illustration rares. I do have a special place in my heart for Pidgeotto. Of course, Ash has Pidgeotto in the anime. Talked about watching the Super Mario movie earlier. Big fan of Charlie Day from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but I just never really got into the Pokemon movies as much as really the anime on the Cartoon Network back in the day, but really on television. Pawniard starts this one. Sinistea, Tadbulb, Numel, Excadrill, Pidgeotto. Speaking of Pidgeotto, wouldn't mind pulling that. Like I said, as that illustration rare, Dragonair. Used to be a rare in base set, I believe. Greavard, Oinkologne, and the final card, nice! A Glimmora EX. This is an EX full art, an ultra rare. 2 silver stars down there. 8 different ones available as EX full arts. So again, missing out on that Charizard, but the chances you're going to pull that Charizard, not likely. Pretty cool looking card here, and I know compared to Rainbow Rares to Full Arts, I always preferred the Full Arts. Now you don't have the Rainbow Rares anymore. So that would be essentially the second Full Art, the second Ultra Rare from this box. I know that's what I liked about opening up Japanese products in the past. More guaranteed pull rates, set pull rates. But if you are opening up sealed products, in English at least, booster box is always your best bet for the best pulls. You could get lucky buying individual packs, but booster boxes for the most part have somewhat guaranteed pull rates. Vulpix starts this one. Froakie. I don't believe there's a Greninja in this set. Darumaka. Buizel. Houndstone. Diggersby. Solrock. Rockruff. Reverse holo of a Finizen, and the final card, another Gita. So very good if you're trying to pull some Gita cards. And I know back when I first started to get into the TCG, card like Guzma is very competitive. The supporter cards, they would cost $4 to $8 just for a regular uncommon card. Now with all the reprinted sets out there, and then of course the demand for Pokemon cards would be down, supplies up. You can find some of the more competitive trainer cards out there for less than $1. Mawile starts this one. Togedemaru, Greavard, Lechonk, Armarouge, Amoonguss, Seismitoad, Probopass, the first reverse holo, second would be Bonsly, and the final card would be a Scovillain. Like I said earlier in this video, got a big promotion at work. Now I'm in charge of all the custodial maintenance for an entire school. So I'm in charge of an entire school when it comes to building maintenance. I have 5 people working underneath me. I'm always on call, which is a good and bad thing. I have to do a building check every time that the school is not in session. So every weekend, every holiday. Good thing I live about 2 blocks away from the school. But it is a lot of extra time. It's definitely a big pay increase, but that's really the main reason that I haven't been uploading videos as much. Of course, Mia, my daughter, is almost 2. She'll be 2 in October, so I stay very busy with her as well. Bounsweet starts this one, but as of right now, I think that is the plan. Like I said, definitely when new sets are released, I'll be opening up products like this set, the Booster Box Elite Trainer Box. I've pre-ordered all the products for Pokemon 151 and then really hit or miss otherwise. It's just disappointing to me, like I said, going to retail stores and just seeing how expensive those products are for something that you can get so much cheaper online. It just makes it a little bit disappointing, almost depressing to buy Pokemon cards when they're just so expensive now. Magnemite, Larvesta, Rowlet, Houndoom, Granbull, Malamar, Stoutland, Toxel, and the final card would be a Claydol. Very reminiscent of the Plasma series of sets, Plasma Freeze, Plasma Storm. I can see that little bit of a dark edge towards the back of the pack. I think it's something good. I get back there. Instead of a blue border back then, now it's just a holofoil silver border. Alright, I'd say there's probably 10 packs left in this second half of the booster box. If you do have any requests for me to open up on my channel, certainly let me know in the comment section of this video. I can go out and buy that product. Togepi starts this one. Lampent, Gloom, Bronzor, Arboliva, Team Stargrunt. Let's see what this card says. Put an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon on top of their deck. So a disruptive type of supporter. Altaria, Snubbull, Audino, And the final card. Nice! Look at that! This would be a Charizard EX. Now, this is the EX Full Art and Ultra Rare. Like I said, I'd say the gold one's my favorite, then the Special Illustration Rare, then this one. But this will be going right in my collection. Sleeve it, put a top loader in a team bag. That made the opening for sure. Love it. That is for sure. And really the reason Charizard is my favorite Pokemon of all time, it really has to do with value. It was one of the most powerful Pokemon from base set, and it was easily the most valuable card from base set. So a good start to Obsidian Flames pulling one of the 4 Charizard cards out. I was just telling a coworker of mine before I ended the day today, he was the one that pulled, I believe, 2 Charizard cards out of a Champions Path Elite Trainer box. I've still not pulled any of those Charizard cards from Champions Path, and I've opened so many packs of that set. So it's nice to pull at least, not the rarest Charizard, but one of the rarest Charizards from this opening. Really the first opening that I've done of Obsidian Flames. Alright, so Bunnelby starts this one. Smoliv, Pidgey, Combee, Grumpig, Paldean Clodsire, Trevenant, Bunnelby, Lampent, and the final card would be a Togekiss. And really, the Charizard EX one I summarized at the end. The reason that you'd want to play with that card is it accelerates energy into play with its ability. Unfortunately, because it is slower to set up, being a stage 2, it's not going to be super popular, but from the Pokemon in this set, I think it will be the most popular. Just a lot of nostalgia. Like I said, it's been almost 3 months since I've opened Pokemon cards. I was able to get Paldea Evolved a little bit early from the Pokemon Company International, and that was the last opening that I did. I didn't get that urge to go and buy something from the store just because, like I said, products are so expensive. Snubbull starts this one. Capsakid, Drillbur, Cubchoo, Mawile, Bouffalant, Kingambit, Inkay, Lechonk, and the final card would be a Darkrai. Just a lot of nostalgia. Just like when I was watching the Super Mario Brothers movie. I'm a big Nintendo fan, like I said. I really didn't start video games until I believe I bought a Game Boy Advance for myself when I actually had it a little bit earlier. I finally got one for Christmas, I believe. But not until I was probably 15, 16, so I was starting to work. GameCube was really the main console that I played with, but then I went back in time. Of course, Pokemon Crystal I played a lot, but that was in 2003, 4, I would say. I started playing Pokemon Crystal, but I had all the handheld systems, and I had everything from GameCube all the way forward, even to this day, to a Nintendo Switch. So I'm a big Nintendo fan. Really, one of my favorite games outside of the Pokemon franchise and the Mario franchises, Animal Crossing. Big fan, especially for the GameCube. Play that every single day for multiple years. So I was watching the Super Mario Brothers movie, just so much nostalgia, blast from the past, memories of being a kid, that type of thing. Varoom starts this one. Larvitar, Cleffa, Inkay, Bellabolt, Flamigo, Bronzong, Wiglet, Pawniard. Nice, a Koraidon EX, one of the mascot Pokemon for Scarlet and Violet. And that is it. I always think those 2 cards are something good, but of course, just that code card and the energy card. Getting down there on packs, take a look, 6 left. I think that Charizard EX that I pulled is worth right now $65 at the most, but I won't be selling it just because that is a card that I was hoping for from the set. Now, I wish that Charizard EX, being a Darkness type, I wish it would be a little bit different in appearance, but it's not much different in appearance than normal. Spoink starts this one. Tynamo, Surskit, Darumaka, Crabominable, Oinkologne, Letter of Encouragement, that same Letter of Encouragement, Shuckle, and the final card would be a Palafin. So going back to Nintendo, actually my grandparents, from a garage sale, they bought an original Nintendo, and then a Sega Genesis. So I'm a big fan of Sonic. And then Nintendo, they had really, I believe, the first Super Mario Brothers. I think they had the first, second, and third eventually. But then, of course, I bought all of those for the Game Boy Advance when those eventually came out. And then I have the Virtual Console on the Nintendo Wii. That's where I play a lot of those games as well. Really skipped over the Super Nintendo. That's a great system overall with so many amazing games. N64 didn't have that. My wife was actually 5 years younger than me. She's a big Nintendo 64 fan, but her parents were gamers as well, so she was exposed to that a little bit earlier than I was. Toad School starts this one. Houndour, Tadbulb, Steenie, Beartic, Charmeleon, Excadrill, Zigzagoon, the first of 2 reverse hollows. Nice, a Houndour. I am a fan of Houndour, an illustration rare. That makes what? 3, 4 that I've pulled out of this box. And then Entei, another Entei, as the final card. I'd say if this was a well above average box, I would pull out a hyper rare from one of the remaining 4 packs. If I don't, still happy with this box. I really like the Full Art Trainer that I pulled out, as well as the Charizard EX. And of course, from Collector's Cash, I've been doing that for a lot of the more recent sets. I buy 2 booster boxes, I keep one sealed, open the other. Now I asked my daughter which one I should open up, and she told me which one. I said I better hang on to that one because I think that one has better pulls. Froakie starts this one. Bounsweet, Vulpix, Phantom, Chandelure, Patrol Cap, Bellossom, Weasel, Heatmore, and the final card would be that Geeta. Pulled several Geeta, but a pretty good card. Search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards and attach them to one of your Pokemon. You can get 3 energy cards into play in one turn if you use that supporter. And then the ability on this Charizard EX, I can read it on camera here. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 3 basic fire energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. So you have Geeta for 2, and then Charizard EX for 3, plus the 1 you can attach from your hand to your Pokemon. That's 6 energy cards you can attach in one turn with that combination. That'll set you up to win a battle for sure. And that's another thing I am a bit disappointed with. I know Justin, Papa Blastoise, who runs, what is it, TCG Coliseum, Pokemon Coliseum. He's a good friend of mine, and we would go to a lot of league events together back before COVID happened, and then really once COVID hit and all official events were canceled, that sort of has gotten me out of the competitive scene a little bit, plus the birth of my daughter, that will do it, but would love to get back into it. Downside is really you have to drive about an hour away to go to a league in my area. That's why I do prefer playing online. Paldean Wooper starts this one. 2 packs left to go. Baltoy, Carvanha, Lechonk, Pidgeotto, Dragonair, Armarouge, Mawile, Kingambit, and the final card would be a Thundurus. Alright, second to last pack, hoping for at least one more good pull. Dragonite on this one, Tyranitar on the final one. Want to see some gold, that's what I want to see. Sometimes I wear that gold wash and wedding ring for potentially good luck on a gold pull. Didn't happen here though. Paldean Wooper, Weasel, Smoliv, Varoon, Pokemon League Headquarters. Attacks used by each basic Pokemon in play cost 1 colorless energy more. Lunatone, Serena, Yungoos, Charcadet, and the final card would be a Scovillain. Scovillain. Again, with the, what is it, the 9th generation of Pokemon already. A lot of the names. Everything's made up. I had a conversation with the librarian at the school that I work at, and her son, as well as a friend of his, fans of my channel and Pokemon, and they're saying, no, you say names wrong. Well, everything's made up, and what I like to do is go by the Pokemon anime or the movies, how Pokemon are said in there. Of course, you can say the names however you would like. So final pack here, hoping for some last pack magic. If not, I'll summarize all of my good pulls after this pack concludes. Final pack, it starts with Foongus. And one reminder again, I did purchase this booster box from Collector's Cash. You can find a link to their website in the description of this video. I've been a fan and a customer of Collector's Cash for many, many years. Highly recommend their website, especially now prices have come back down, so they're very reasonable price-wise. $109.99 for this booster box. Foongus starts the final pack. Nosepass, Litwick, Autono, Amoonguss, Seismitoad, Arboliva. First reverse holo would be a Rockruff, second would be a Tynamo, and the final card would be a Toxtricity. So did not pull a hyper rare in this booster box like I was hoping, but give me a moment and I will summarize all of my good pulls. Alright, from this entire booster box of Obsidian Flames, I was able to pull out 4 Pokemon EX. Again, 21 total Pokemon EX available in this set. Koraidon, Victini, Greedent, and then Absol would be the 4. I have a long ways to go to get to the 21 total that are in this set. Then when it comes to the ultra rares, the full art cards, was able to pull 3 out. 2 EX. This easily is my best pull of the opening in Charizard. Then I was able to pull a Glimmora EX. And then this was the first pull that I had in the very first pack, a competitive full art trainer in a Gita. Then it comes to the illustration rares and special illustration rares. Pulled 4 total. 3 illustration rares. Again, there are 12 total. Houndour. I like the Houndour quite a bit. There is Lechonk. Then my favorite of the 3 would be Ninetales. And then was able to pull out 1 special illustration rare. Of course, that Charizard, the most valuable card in the set. But I was able to pull the Ice-Q EX. So give me another moment. I'll have all the best cards laid out on the table. So here's an overview, a summary of all of the best pulls from this Obsidian Flames Pokemon booster box. Did very well with the ultra rares, those with the 2 silver stars, pulling out the 2 EX full art and then the full art trainer. That 1 special illustration rare did not pull out a hyper rare, so maybe that other booster box I'm going to keep sealed to have some. Hopefully my luck will turn around when it comes to the hyper rares in the elite trainer box that I'll be opening up very soon on my channel. So that will conclude this video. Thank you everyone for watching. Make sure before you go to subscribe to my channel, leave a like on this video if you think it deserves it, and then if you would like to support my channel even more, I definitely have a Patreon out there, a link in the description of this video, and then of course you can find my book out there. It's not widely available, but it is out there, and I would like to thank those that have purchased my book in the past. So that will conclude this booster box opening. Thank you everyone for watching. I wish you guys the best of luck if you open up any Obsidian Flames in the near future. Thanks again everyone for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.